You've probably noticed that women have stopped falling in love and no longer respond to healthy courting. Now, let me explain what's behind this. If you think the problem is that everyone is mired in materialism and has inflated expectations of men and desires for unhealthy relationships, then you are partly right, but these factors are only consequences. The real reason is something else. In fact, the lack of love in women is only a consequence of technological progress around the world. The biological mechanism of female love has been broken. Our species evolved in small groups, tribes with a slightly more progressive relationship system than other primates. Typically, in higher primates, females choose an alpha male who fertilizes most of the females in the group. In our species, females choose the nearest free male in the hierarchy, and the key feature has become the ability to choose with minimal involvement of instincts, and we have all seen how this mechanism works in adolescence. Girls choose and fall in love with the male within their group, specifically within school and university. This group is large enough for the subconscious to perceive it as a tribe and has a limited number of males from which to make a choice. And as you can see, the biological mechanism of female love works perfectly in small groups. No one needs to look for the only unique one out of millions. School and university are perceived by the female brain as its own tribe, in which they can actually make a biological choice. Most couples that eventually create families are formed during adolescence. But how has technological progress broken the mechanism of female love? As soon as girls drop out of such collectives as educational institutions, the female brain demands the search for a new tribe, since existence in a tribe and approval of this tribe is an instinctual guarantee of survival for higher primates. And where can the female brain find a large enough group that the subconscious can accept and create a choice of the optimal male in the group? The only source of social interaction becomes the internet, namely social networks, dating sites, and even just movies.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Fatality.
And this is where the breakdown of the biological mechanism of female love begins. Because in social networks, there are millions of males from which to build a hierarchy from top to bottom and make a choice. But how can the subconscious make this choice if every day they see all new and new males? The brain simply cannot cope with such a volume of information and just turns off the love mechanism in anticipation of a clear limited choice. And if a decade ago, the mere desire for sex could pull a girl into small groups where the choice is easy to make, now every girl has a whole set of various sex toys in her bedside table, which are the orgasm button and completely satisfy their sexual needs.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
And if anyone didn't know, sports create the same set of neurotransmitters in the brain as sex. So sports and a vibrator completely satisfy the desire for sex in the subconscious of any woman. Yes, you all understood correctly. This war against machines men have long lost, and none of your talents can compare with modern sex toys, and any girl will confirm this. What further aggravates the situation is that girls easily receive social approval in such an incredibly large conditional tribe as social networks. Any posted photo collects hundreds of likes. Girls' blogs easily gather thousands of views despite mediocre content.
A Melbourne woman has become one of the biggest social media stars on the planet thanks to a short clip filmed in the front seat of a car on the Westgate Bridge.
And what we get in the end? Women's social approval needs are fully satisfied, complete sexual satisfaction, and the male selection mechanism suspended under a spam attack ultimately breaks the biological mechanism of love, and it is completely turned off. Yes, in the modern world, we can still encounter female love in groups that mimic a primitive tribe and limit choice. These are educational institutions and companies with large staff.
Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on!
But everyone who is outside these groups already perceives social networks as their tribe.
Want to buy a lady a cigarette? Oh, you don't even smile.
And when the love mechanism doesn't work, the female brain begins to resort to banal logic. We are still higher primates after all, and logically, it makes sense to choose a male with the maximum amount of money.
Call them fun coupons.
I was acting. Or was I?
Are women to blame for stopping falling in love? I think not. This is a consequence of technological progress. Are men to blame for launching a spam attack on the female subconscious with their attention on social networks? Definitely yes. Is it worth doing something about it? No. Technological progress cannot and should not be stopped.
You look lonely. I can fix that.
We just have to accept as a fact that the world now exists in such realities, and that female love outside the small groups described above cannot exist. Accept this fact and learn to live with it. Stop looking for problems in yourself or blaming women.